Hi everyone, welcome back. I've got my January empties video today, so I'm going to talk through all the products, all the beauty related products that I finished up in the month of January. I'll just kind of talk through my feelings and my thoughts about the products and whether I would repurchase them again. So this month I have finished off 10 items, which is a fairly sort of like standard amount for me to finish off in a month. And I have a good mix of some skincare, hair care, body care and makeup. Did I say makeup? Skincare, hair care, makeup and body care products today. So let's get into the products and what I have finished off and if I will repurchase them. So the first item that I finished off was a mini Plum Duff shower gel from Lush. This is the 100-gram bottle. And I think Plum Duff is one of their Christmas scents, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really too clued up on like the products that Lush do. It's a really nice shower gel, lathers up pretty well and it smells really nice. It does smell of plums. Really sweet plums though. It is a little bit sickly. It smells really nice. It is a dark purple kind of verging on black colour in the bottle. The one thing I don't like about Lush products like this though is the actual bottle. I do find that only after a couple of uses I have to turn the bottle upside down to help get the product out. They're not the nicest squeezing bottles to use, if that makes sense. I would repurchase it, but I tend to kind of get cheap shower gels when I do my weekly food shop. I don't really personally feel the need to spend a lot of money on a shower gel, but this one is quite nice, so I would repurchase it, but I am in no rush to. I'm happy enough just using, like I say, the cheap one that I pick up in my food shop. Next, let's talk about makeup items. So I have two that I finished off this month. One of them was a small Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I can't see how big this one is. Oh, here we go, 30ml, so it is a small size. I have since repurchased two of the bigger sizes. I have one here that I have opened and I'm using, so clearly I like it enough to have repurchased it, and I have bought 2 bottles of this. But it is a product that I have used multiple times in the past before. I do think the Urban Decay All Nighter setting sprays are the best when it comes to setting sprays. I think the Charlotte Tilbury one as well is also good. I have tried quite a few of sort of like drugstore, I guess, type brands of setting sprays, but none of them kind of compare to the Urban Decay one. I think this one is brilliant. It really does a great job at making your makeup last all day. It's not super heavy though, so even though a lot of the time I'm just putting on makeup and then spending a whole day at the flat working, I still like to use a setting spray. So it's not really a product I say for kind of special occasions. I do, when I put makeup on, I do like it to last the whole day, and this does do the job. So yeah, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't make my face feel really set. It just makes my makeup look good for as long as it possibly can throughout the day. Really love this product. The small one I did get through fairly kind of quickly, but the bigger one that I just showed you, that will take me quite a while to get through. And I use about sort of 3 to 4 sprays every time I use it, so I don't drown my face in setting spray. I do feel like the 3 to 4 sprays is enough. Really great product. If you're after a good setting spray and you've not tried the Urban Decay one, I would highly recommend it. Like I say, I've repurchased it numerous times in the past and I will continue to repurchase it. Next makeup item is a Project Pan item, and it is my little Estee Lauder lip liner in the shade Nude. I was hoping to have used this up by the end of last year, but I didn't quite make it, and I can't remember exactly what day I used this up, but I will talk about that in my Project Pan video because I also write down how many times I use this. So in that video I'll tell you the day that I used it up and how many uses it took me. But yeah, this is used up and it's a really lovely colour. It's like a peachy type of nude. It's really quite warm. I think it's a really flattering shade on my colouring. Really easy to apply. It's quite creamy, a lot creamier than the MAC lip liners. I do find they're quite drying, whereas the Estee Lauder ones, really creamy, they apply really nicely, they have great staying power as well. But lip liners is a category of my makeup inventory that I have too many of, and I have also recently bought a couple of lipsticks and corresponding lip liners, so it is a collection, it is a category rather that I am adding to. But it is also an easy category to use up as well, especially when it's a pencil one like this and you can sharpen it. That way you do end up, I guess, wasting a little bit of the product, but also with this type of colour as well, it is the type of shade that I can wear on its own. I can wear with a lip gloss over the top or a lipstick over the top, and because it is a nude as well, it's my kind of shade. It's a shade I feel comfortable wearing, and it's a shade I wear a lot as well. So this was a real easy product for me to pan. Really liked it. Would buy Estee Lauder lip liners in the future. I think they're really great quality. Let's move on to hair. 2 products. Firstly is a dry shampoo. It's the L'Oreal Elvive Dream Lengths dry shampoo. I have repurchased this in the past. I do think it is a good dry shampoo. Smells really nice, gives your hair a little bit of a root lift, a little bit of volume, and cleans your hair up quite nicely in between washes as well. But since using this up, I have repurchased a Batiste one, which is this one here, and I do think Batiste is a lot better than this. I do really like this, but having used this and then gone straight to a Batiste one, the difference is quite remarkable really. I do think the Batiste is a lot better at making my hair look a lot cleaner. I do feel like I have to use a lot more of the L'Oreal Elvive one in comparison to the Batiste one. So as much as I like this L'Oreal one, and I have repurchased it in the past, I think I probably would just stick to Batiste in future, and Batiste is a little bit cheaper as well, maybe only like £1 or £2, but you can often find Batiste on a special offer. But a nice enough dry shampoo, one that I would recommend, and I possibly would repurchase, but like I say, I would go for Batiste ahead of this one. Next item is one that I mentioned in my other beauty products that I want to use up this year type video. I have 2 project pans running this year. I have a makeup one and then one that involves skincare, hair care and body care type of products, and this was one that I included in that video, and I think when I filmed it I had already finished this off, but this is the Garnier Ultimate Blends Marvellous Glow Oil Hair Oil. This is a 150ml bottle. I've had this for a few years, and how I have used this in the past is that once I have washed my hair and I'm out the shower, when my hair is still sort of wet, I take a pump of this and run it through the ends, and it just makes brushing my hair a lot easier, a lot nicer, because my hair does get quite tangled quite easily. It's very fine, it's very thin, and it just tangles and gets knotted very easily. So this helps with the brushing process. And I do use a wet brush, by the way, before anybody says. I use either a wet brush or a tangle teaser, so a hairbrush that is designed to be used on wet hair. So because I only used a pump of this at a time, I was getting through this very, very slowly. And I've recently started to get more into hair care, more into taking good care of my hair, using the correct products. I'm still quite lazy when it comes to styling my hair. As you can see, I haven't really done much with it. I think I straightened it 2 days ago and this is how it looks afterwards. I mean, it is naturally straight, so I don't need to do a lot with it, but I'm very lazy with my hair. But recently I've started to have more of an interest in it. So I wanted to use this up so I could start using, I guess, better oils for my hair. I do have a, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, a Gizu, I'm going to say Gizu hair oil, and I have bought, right next to it actually as well, Miele, I don't know how you pronounce it. This is a hair oil for your roots, so this one helps your hair to grow. So I had been using this Garnier one like the Miele one. So to use this one up, I had applied maybe sort of like 5, 6, 7 pumps of it and applied it to my roots all the way through my lengths like a hair oil mask. And my hair had actually felt really quite smooth afterwards, really lovely. Not sure if it's really the best oil to help it grow, but it helped me use this product up. I don't think you can get this exact one though, because I tried searching for it to link it in the description box in that video I talked about, the other project pan video. I think you can get other ones of this one. So it's not one that I would repurchase. I think I would go for possibly a slightly better brand, but because this is the type of product where it does take you quite a long time to get through it, I personally wouldn't mind spending a bit more money on a better quality product, because I know that I wouldn't have to keep dishing out that money on a regular basis. But for a cheaper brand, for a more affordable brand, this one is very good. Like I say, it made my hair feel quite nice when I used it as a mask, and it helped with the brushing of my hair. It helped with sort of detangling it. So a nice easy product to use up in that project pan. Next are all skincare products. So let's stick with the items that are in my other project pan. And one of them was the Body Shop Camomile Eye Makeup Remover. I had 2 of these. So I do have one here that is pretty full, so that's really why I wanted to use this one up, because I had 2 of them, and I'm not really an eye makeup remover type of person, as in going for a separate product. I tend to rely on a cleansing oil or my cleansing balm of an evening to remove all of my eye makeup, and I find that that does a good enough job. And also I do find that although this one says it's gentle, it does make my eyes sting. Quite often when I apply this of an evening, I have to kind of rush immediately to the bathroom to then clean my face because my eyes sting. And I am quite careful about how much I apply, so it's not like I'm applying loads of it, and it would therefore make sense that it's stinging my eye, I'm quite careful. So I don't think that this is gentle. But it is very effective at removing your eye makeup though. So I guess in that way it probably is one of the better eye makeup removers that I've tried. But like I say, I don't feel the need to have a separate eye makeup remover product because my cleansing oil or balm removes my eye makeup and I don't get any of the stinging. But a reasonable price point with this product, I think, so one that I kind of would recommend. But if you're a bit like me and you just rely on your cleanser of an evening to remove your makeup, it's a little bit of an unnecessary product. And then the other product that was in my project pan was my Inkey List 15% vitamin C and EGF. And again, I included this one because I have another vitamin C that's in my collection. And where is it? It is this one here, the Summer Fridays CC Me Serum. Can't say I'm that impressed so far, to be honest. But yeah, I wanted to use up this Inkey List one here because I had a backup. And this really wasn't a difficult product for me to use up. I use a vitamin C every morning, so it was just natural for me to use this product and get it used up. It did take quite a while to use up though. There were a number of mornings where it felt like it was really struggling to come out. I had to really kind of adjust how I was holding it to get enough product to come out. So it is one that is going to last you a long time. And I'm not sure how big it is. Is it maybe 30 mils? 30 mils, yes. So for a serum, it is a fairly sort of standard amount. I personally don't see much in terms of results when I use a vitamin C. I don't really get the glow, the brightness, the vitality in my skin. I don't really think that vitamin C does a lot for my skin. My skin tolerates it, you know, I don't get any sort of sensitivity or redness when I use a vitamin C, but I'm not getting the results that I expect to get with it. So I think once I've used up the Summer Fridays one, I might try maybe a niacinamide perhaps and see how I get on with that. But if you're after a fairly reasonable priced vitamin C that doesn't seem to irritate my skin at least, then I guess the Inkey List one is a good one to go for. Okay, and other products. Let's start with this one. This is a cleanser. This is the Paula's Choice Optimal Results Hydrating Cleanser. This was a Caroline Hirons recommendation, I think, when she appeared on the TV, when she appeared on This Morning. It's a UK sort of chit-chat type of morning programme, and she recommended this one. I think it was for winter-based skincare ideas. And my skin, since turning 30, has become a lot more dehydrated. That never really used to be a problem for me, but now it is. So I tend to go for a lot of products now that tackle dehydration and that are also good for sensitive skin. And this one is meant to be good for that. It says it replenishes your skin's protective barrier as well, which is quite important to me, especially as I do have a bit of sensitivity now, so that is my skin barrier being a bit compromised. This is a 190ml pump. I love a pump for a cleanser. I just love a pump. It makes it so easy in the morning to use your product. You just pump out one pump into your hands, apply it, wash it off, and you're done. And this is a really nice, fairly thick cream cleanser, and I do like to use a cream cleanser of a morning and for my second cleanse of an evening, especially at the moment here in the UK where we do have winter, so my skin seems to tolerate a cream cleanser a lot better. I don't feel like it dried my skin out, but it also didn't make my skin feel super hydrated as well. So I would repurchase this, but only when it's on a special offer, because Paula's Choice, bit more of a higher price point than, you know, brands like the Inkey List, for example. But a nice enough cleanser, and I am actually tempted to try more cleansers from her line as well to sort of see if there's any others that are slightly better for me. But I did like this one, my skin tolerated it well. It was a nice cleanser to use. Another product that was a Caroline Hirons recommendation, but it actually came in her routine kit. I did put up a video a couple of months ago now, I think, when I bought that kit. And this was one of the products that I was really excited to try, and it's by Murad, and it's the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisturiser. However, I am really disappointed in this product. This dried up my skin as soon as I applied this, and I did apply it on damp skin. It just sucked all the moisture out of my face, and my face felt so tight. Around here it felt really tight, so I had to go in immediately with something like my Woolly to Skin Food, and that sort of helped with the tightness. But this is an expensive moisturiser. I think it's something like £65. Now, I'm not sure whether I got a bad batch, because I did hear online that other people who had bought the routine kit had experienced similar things with this product, and they had never experienced it before when they tried this. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I just got a bad batch, but for £65, I'm expecting a lot more out of my moisturiser. So this is a product that I would definitely not repurchase. I am really disappointed in this one, to be honest. I was expecting a lot more, especially from a brand like Murad as well. So if you've tried it, can you please let me know in the comments whether you like it or not, or whether you actually think that I did end up getting a bad batch from it. So yeah, not impressed with this one. Wouldn't recommend it. Definitely would not repurchase it, especially when it's like 65 quid. And then the last product is another skincare product, and it is my 50ml tube of Nivea Sun Sensitive SPF, and it's SPF 50. I cut open all my tubes like this and scrape all the product out so I don't waste anything. I think this is about £8, so a really good price point. I like that it's for sensitive skin as well. I always like to go for an SPF 50 as well. 30 is like my minimum. This applied really nicely. It's not as glowy as the Bondi Sands one, which I have here. Really like this one, but this one is quite glowy. This one by Nivea, not as glowy, but sinks in really well, really hydrating. I didn't find that there was any sort of like white cast as well, but with how pale I am, I'm probably not the best judge of white cast. Overall, a really, really nice SPF 50. Does the job, good price point, really easy to use. Would definitely repurchase this, and I have also recommended this one to a friend as well, and I think she has purchased it. So in a week or two, I'll drop her a message and see what she thinks about it as well. So those were my items that I used up this month in January. If you've used any of the items here that I've mentioned, please let me know your thoughts down below. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you again soon for my next one. Bye guys.